Oh, something's falling down my back. Okay. That's uncomfortable. Hello there guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a book review on a wonderful new book I've been reading called As Old as Time by Liz Brazwell. Now, if you can't already tell, this is a Beauty and the Beast-based story by Disney, and if you haven't already read this book, then I have the plot line animated for you next. But if you're not into spoilers, then I would go ahead and skip forward until you see this face again.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a young inventor named Maurice. In this kingdom, there also lived many magical creatures called Les Charmants, cause this is France. One day, Maurice meets a beautiful magic woman with long blonde hair named Rosamond, and the two fall madly in love. The couple have two friends named Alaric, a very sunshiny human and all-around great guy, and Friedrich, a shower-gray Charmant who prefers science and hates magic. One day, Maurice and Rosamond notice that lots of the other Charmants are going missing. Rosamond goes to the castle to ask the king and queen for help, but gets turned away scornfully. At this point, Rosamond and Maurice welcome a little baby into the world, while at the same time, a terrible plague has started ravaging the kingdom. Maurice and Rosamond pack up shop and escape to another, quieter village next door, where they can lead a more provincial life. In the future, a beautiful young Belle lives at home with her older inventor father Maurice. She doesn't remember her mother at all and wants much more than this provincial life.
I want adventure in the great wide somewhere.
When her father goes missing on a business trip, Belle goes into the woods to find him and discovers an abandoned-looking castle she's never seen before. Inside the castle, she discovers there's a terrifying beast holding her father captive. She trades her life for her father's and becomes the beast's prisoner, although he gives her a much nicer room. The beast tells her she can go anywhere she wants in the castle, except the West Wing. So, of course, Belle, being naturally curious, immediately goes to the West Wing, where she discovers a beautiful floating rose. Intrigued, Belle touches it, and suddenly the beast is screaming and the rose turns to dust, and Belle's newly returned memories show that the enchantress who cursed the beast was, in fact, her mother. Yes, once upon a time again, in the kingdom of the plague and missing Charmants, a little boy prince becomes the new king after the disease ravaged the castle. Rosamond showed up at the castle in disguise, hoping the boy was nicer than his parents. But the boy turned her away as well, and angrily she revealed that she was actually a beautiful enchantress, and cursed the entire kingdom. But before Rosamond could poof home, she was kidnapped by a big black carriage and disappeared, taking away all memories of both herself and any other Charmants with her. Back in the future, they find Belle's mother at a creepy insane asylum on a hill. Oh yeah, and remember that Friedrich guy Maurice and Rosamond were friends with? Turns out he hates magic. So much, he's been using science to extract it from Charmants like Belle's mom for years. Long story short, everyone is reunited with their loved ones, and Rosamond admits she was probably pretty harsh to curse an 11-year-old and his entire castle staff. So Belle and the Beast discover they are actually in love, and decide to go out into the world together to find more missing Charmants and bring them back to his hidden kingdom. The end.
I personally love this book. I think that it has a fantastic plot. I love this whole twisted, I think it's called a Twisted Tale series that Liz Brazwell is one of the authors for, and I think that it really has really interesting takes on classic tales and the imagery that we know from Disney itself because it's produced by them. Each one of the characters that we know and love, and a few that we don't even know, are really seen in these beautiful lights as full human beings, and I love that because that's something that I don't think Disney would have the time to do in a movie, but that you can do in a book, you know? And especially in a book that takes some different twists and some different turns in how it tells the classic story. As far as the writing, I think it's actually pretty good. I mean, it's a young adult novel technically, I believe, so I think sometimes there's moments where you're like, okay, you know, that was a little cliche, but there's not enough in them that it could ever really get in the way of the story, in my opinion. I think it's a lot of fun. I was honestly kept page turning and reading up late, and that's the best kind of book that I can ask for. I love that. Now, I will say this author does some dramatic things. Like, we all know J.K. Rowling is someone who really isn't afraid to make decisions as far as what happens with characters and how dark things can get, and I was actually surprised by how much that this novel does that. I think there are moments in here that I kind of sat there with the book open thinking, okay, that just happened. okay, she wasn't afraid to go there. And, you know, I honestly kind of thought that that was fantastic. While sometimes as the reader you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, you know, at the same time it adds this amazing level of interest because we're so used to getting things that we want when we read. You know, we're so used to saying, oh man, I hope that character doesn't get hurt, and then they don't. Or, you know, I hope that character doesn't die, I liked that one, and then they don't. And without saying anything specific about what happens, I think it's really amazing that she has moments in here where you're like, okay, all right, this just challenged what I thought was going to happen, and I love it. The very end is a little dark. There's kind of an insane asylum aspect right there at the end, and I wasn't expecting that, and so right there in the middle of the night as I'm reading, I was kind of freaked out, but it only adds to the drama of what's happening, and I love that. So overall, I think this book is probably, honestly, a 9 out of 10. I would absolutely recommend. I had so much fun reading it. I've read another book by Liz Brazwell. I actually like her a lot. I think she's really fun, and I think it's easy when you're writing for younger people to, you know, write for a younger audience, and I don't think she did that. I think she did a really good job of it being something that young people can read, but also feel mature and fun and interesting. So that's the end of this video, guys, and please tune in next time when I'll have more fantastic content for you. And in the meantime, you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Hello there, guys, and welcome. Wow, this book is really awesome, and oh man, I almost had that one. Okay. I think we'll try it this time. Yeah, go ahead. Go. Oh, I'm supposed to keep talking. Insane asylum. Insane. That was good, right?